Beautiful day. Beautiful day. It is Thursday, August 1st, 2024. Okay. Beautiful, sunny, fabulous day. Actually, it's a little bit rainy outside. I hope you guys are well. Shout out to everybody watching. We got a live stream Q&A coming at you all. And later tonight, I have a late night Moneyline show. Your boy's going to be essentially up all night long. Moneyline is going down at 12:30 a.m. You hear that? 12:30 a.m. That's a late show. The late show this week. But I'm happy to chop it up with Finch, man. Haven't seen him in over a week. And will be good to talk some fights, hear his thoughts on the fights. I know a few of his picks, but I don't know his overall lineup for UFC Abu Dhabi. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing what the Finch man's got to say. But right now is the live stream Q&A. What's up to the people? Big W's in the chat. W's all around. If you didn't see earlier today, I did a video and it was about the biological male competing in women's boxing. And it's gotten a lot of support, but there is the naysayers that say, oh, well, she's identified as a woman since a child. Ultimately, I believe in the science, right? Testosterone at elevated levels alongside of XY chromosomes equal a male. Whether you want to call it a transgender person or not, that's entirely up to you or up to the person. But the reality as such is XY equals a man. And that's it. Now, you can say, oh, well, what if she was born somewhat intersex? How is that fair? Then she can't compete. Ultimately, it's unfortunate, but the level playing field is still not fair. It is still a biological male. If you cannot pass a gender test leading up to a world championship, how are you competing in the Olympics as a woman? Okay? We have to believe in things based on absolute facts. XY chromosomes, testosterone, boom, factor, truth. It's already been given out. Now, I think that they've kind of silenced it. They've kind of pushed it under the rug. They've quieted things down. You know, they're trying to sweep it. Everybody's now backtracking a little bit because it's fear of backlash. It's not holding your ground. It's normal with issues, right? You drop something confident, and then everybody fades away as people start, firing back at them. But not me. I sit in the center like fucking Max Holloway. Me and Gaethje going to war. I'll go to war with anybody that disagrees, and I will stand firm on what I believe. And I think that the freedom of women is based upon fair sport, fair events, not necessarily guaranteed with victories or anything. Like, I don't know. You heard, what was it? Kamala Harris once said, what is it? Equal outcome. I believe in equal opportunity, not outcome. And you got to keep it fair. So that's my rant to start it off. But I'm looking forward to chopping it up about something other than just the Olympic atrocity that was going through. That was tragedy, quite tragic. Isn't there a second trans boxer? Yes, they fight tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. The reason people are saying that it's actually a woman is just based upon doubling down. You know she's a woman, though. But ultimately, if you are a woman, but your XY chromosomes, what's the difference? How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Oh, I've been a woman forever, my whole life, but you have XY chromosomes. Whether you call it trans or not, those are arbitrary fucking words. XY man, XX woman. That's it. That's it. Drop the pants, pulls out a fucking monsoon. Gary Coleman's forearms coming out. That's funny. The Olympics, yeah, if you played the intergender parlay, you probably got a good chance of winning. Bump, 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 bump. If you watch my video, Anthony, there's a release by director of athletics from the Kremlin events that took place, and they said there was many of athletes posing as women with the XY chromosomes, and obviously she was one of them. She or they or he, whatever you want to call it. Respectfully, I'll say they, because I don't know what the identification is. Boom, 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 boom. But ultimately, all is going pretty smooth. It's a nice day. The UFC Abu Dhabi picks are fuego. The UFC Abu Dhabi card is going to be an absolute banger and a half. I'm so excited to watch some good fights, man. I'm so happy we have a stack card. I'm happy it's not a shit show. I'm happy it's not the Apex. After 304, we needed another decent card. I think this low-key might be better than UFC 304. Does the petition really work? Abbas, who's to say? Who's to say they're going to take it seriously? But for me, it's just putting together the opinions and saying, listen, we have people willing to sign. Ultimately, we probably need 1 million signatures to really have some strong pull, but I'd rather start with something. Regardless of the outcome, if it makes a difference, at least we're standing on something. Because you know what, bro? You have to stand for what you believe in. We've been kind of cultivated into a society that teaches us to be fearful of our beliefs, fearful of what we think is absolute, because we don't want to hurt people's feelings, but ultimately people are willing to hurt ours, okay? So stand on what you believe in. If a petition gets 100K signatures in England, government has to at least look. All right, so we need 100K signatures. Listen, share it for your friends, share it for your family, and share it for the sanctity of women's athletics. If you are hoping that women get a fair chance and you want to stand on it, share it. If not, you know, the trans athletes and the biological males are going to take over. And that's scary, but that's seeming to be the direction that we are headed as a society. So grow some savagery, grow some bulls. That only applies for signatures on the government website. Good luck finding 100K people who have the mental capacity to read in between the lines. Taylor, it is what it is. Common sense is not so common these days. Lethal Sugar, I felt that for a long time. I felt that in school as a kid. I'm like, man, these kids are dumb. The jokes they say aren't funny. The way they talk is random. It's like they're talking about things that mean nothing to me. I don't know. Strange society. Impression of you seeing Pib at the urgent care and he has missing teeth, has a black eye, and said a man named Drew Dober assaulted him. I think Mr. Pib talks something like this. So I would say, he would say, I'm an expert. It's me, Mr. Pibbs. Why'd you ban me from your channel? I'm always telling you good food ideas. There we go. That's the fucking Mr. Pibb. He does always be telling food ideas, but he got banned. So now Drew Hangman Dober is the real Mr. Pibbs. We all know it's you, Pibbs, but I like the Drew Dober better. It's a better account. I don't know. Good vibe. I prefer it personally. So keep it Drew the Hangman Dober. Mr. Pibbs was a snail. He was a snail. That fucking snail. Stand for something or fall for anything. So you got to stand for some business. What's up, Pepino FX? How you doing? Wade Young, W. Thank you guys for the W's. I hope your day is going well. I hope your day is going well. All right. Poll coming up. Yes or no? I won't make it controversial. Do you believe biological males should be able to compete in women's sports? Let's see. What's the percentage? I need to see from the chat where we're at. Wow, somebody voted yes. I knew there'd be somebody. There's a couple yes votes. A lot of no's, majority no. Umar going to smash Corey. Mike Ross. Umar is a confident pick for me. I think he's pulling through. I'm standing on Vera as my lock, and I'm not confident on it, but I think Sandhagen could pull it off. Vera is a ballsy lock, Fancy Frog. I like that you jumped on that shit. But personally, the Sandhagen win, it would have to be a jump knee knockout. I think that's the only way. And I don't see him finishing Umar Nurmagomedov. That's a hell no. Out the yes votes. I mean, they're free to speak in chat. If they're voting yes, they can let me know. Do you think Yaya versus Fernandez goes the distance? I predicted Fernandez by decision, but neither is that elite. The reason I think it goes longer is even though I don't feel Yaya is too high level with the striking, I think he's okay. I mean, he survived against Trevor Peek, who, regardless of lack of technical skills, does have some power. Fernandez is probably going to end up wrestling with him. And Fernandez, though he has some submission wins, they're mostly arm bars. The fact that we live in a world where that even has to be considered. It's a crazy world that we live in, bro. So somebody's got to stand up and say no, and that will be me. Umar loses via injury. Stop it. Stop it. I hope not. The Cheeto Show. Listen, welcome to the Cheeto Show. Sean O'Malley's a bitch. Fuck O'Malley. Look how good Bilal got in 3 years wrestling with them Dagestan boys. Facts, bro. And imagine a lifetime for Nurmagomedov. Men should be able to pick two. I picked yes. You're a menace. Umar versus Merab would be an interesting matchup if it happens. That would be a dope fight. If there is a universe where Merab wins against Sean O'Malley, I don't hate the Umar-Merab fight, but I would bet on Umar to beat Merab. Do you think you could take any male UFC fighters? I'd lean towards no. I mean, I could have a relatively decent size advantage on some of the flyweights, but I don't know. I mean, maybe like in a street fight, you land a big punch. I would say bare knuckle is different, but I would lean no. I'm not. The thing is, I'm not here to claim I'm a tough guy and I could beat UFC fighters because I think that's just cringy. I've never been a fan of people that, go out and say, I'll whoop that UFC fighter, where ultimately, if you're not in the UFC, like, you don't understand the grind, right? You don't understand the struggle. So I give them their respect. I think it's hard for Umar to navigate that reach disadvantage and an over-reliance on shooting could cost him, but he also has good kicks, though, no? He also kicks well. I like the odds on the men. People are just doing it for betting reasons. Real grapes are real grapes. If someone is a woman and their opponent agrees, who cares? The thing is, if the woman's forced into it, though, we're talking about Olympic, right? So they'd be forced into it. So what? Oh, well, you're not going to fight her or him or them. We'll say them, for fuck's sake. I don't think that there should be biological males fighting against women. Do you think Azamat versus Menafield goes over 1.5? I lean yes. Hernan, if you didn't get notified, that sucks. I'm glad you made it, though. I read that Khalif was born with DSD, disorder of sex development, which causes some females to have XY chromosomes and blood testosterone levels of a male. If that's real or not, I have no clue. Ultimately, I've heard that to be said claim, but the issue with that disorder comes down to you are really neither male nor female. But if you have blood testosterone levels of a male and you have XY chromosomes, actually the male portion of you would be the dominating factor. So not to say, oh yeah, well, she should have been a male at birth, but you get what I'm saying? Like XY chromosomes and testosterone levels equal a male equals unfair advantage in combat, unfair advantage in sport. Whereas if you had, a natural woman versus someone with this disorder, I would say it is a near equivalent to competing against a male. So I do not support it. I think it's a shame. You smell a robbery coming on Yaya? Maybe. Do you think Corey might ruin his chances at the belt if he loses to Umar because he deserved it more than Cheeto? He had to fight Umar, though, because Corey's one of those guys who are like anytime, any place. And if he wouldn't have fought Umar, I think it would be kind of a shame. What weight class would you box at? I'd say 160. Volk just called out Bilal. Volk's a badass. Let's do it. Bilal and Volk. Mike Finch, the exception. Well, he's not going out saying he's beating up UFC fighters in fights. He's saying, oh, I've trained with them, I've grappled, or I've done some rounds. But Mike Finch has never gone on this show and said, I'll kick X fighter's ass. I'll beat the shit out of him. You get what I mean? He's never said that type of stuff. Dude, I think Jake Paul beats me in boxing for sure. For sure. Signing up for my first women's fight. I'm looking for a spinning back fist first 30 seconds. French Potato is making women's MMA debut. Just transitioned. Congratulations. Patty versus Moicano. Early thoughts. I think Patty gets him. Damn, Jordan Vucenic just fought like last week. I went other way on the fight, but damn, that was fast. I just don't think Vucenic's going to be able to beat Guram. He's a decent featherweight, but not Guram level. Paul Hughes is Vucenic's dad, yes. Yeah, it's definitely an unfair advantage for Khalif. It's a very flawed system. If you can't pass the gender test, then I think you should be ousted and unable to compete. I don't get why we're so worried about feelings being hurt. I am for fair competition. It's like saying, oh, well, we'll allow steroids. Yeah, you can take them. Like, that's not fair. They should have a trans Olympic for trans leagues instead. Listen, I'd be all supportive of that. I hope that they could. That would be nice. Question, does Dumas get the TKO and does Victoria Gaziev get the win? I think Dumas wins, but he's not a great finisher. And then Victoria should pull through because Sam Hughes is meh. She's tricky, though. Gaziev should definitely get the win over freaking Dontail. If he doesn't beat Dontail Mays, his career is over. You think biological males can be in women's sports the equivalent of O'Malley headlining the Sphere? That's funny as hell, bro. Hey, what's up, DJ Chase? I'm doing well. Women can possess gonads? I don't know about that. I'd do anything for a Sandman win. Well, you better hope and pray. McCall over 1.5? Probably. McCall's hard to put away. I'd pick Volk if it ever happens. Stop it. Yeah, the UFC fumbled on Paul Hughes. It sucks that he's locked into PFL now, too. AJ, what do you think about this parlay? Gaziev by sub, Dern by decision, Figgy by decision. I know you like Loopy, but I think obviously Dern has fought better comp and will use her size. I think it's a fair play. I don't think you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy for doing it. I think it's allowed. It's live. It's DGen, but it's live. Actually, Moneyline is going down at 12:30 a.m. Eastern time, 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. So a very late night money line. Yo, shout out to Wade Young for becoming a member. I appreciate you, man. Welcome to members. I look forward to having you in the members only stream. Let's go. Let's go. Gaziev by decision. I think he may get a submission. He may embrace the grind on Dontel. I wouldn't throw my, life savings on it or anything like that. I think the parlay piece of Gaziev is more sensible. What's up, AJ, brother? Hope you're good. Went to my first UFC event last weekend. Big up on the consistent content. I'm loving that dog lock Bedoya pick this week. Placed 10 units on him. Money line at plus 125. Let's go, Chimaev. Good to see you back, man. And I'm glad you enjoyed. Listen, I think that Bedoya's got a really good chance. A shredded up Bedoya coming in shape. He's a fan-fucking-tastic underdog. You have Loopy winning? I agree. I got Loopy. AJ's the man, bruh. I see you got an MMA glove up there. What do you miss? Listen, I got the MMA gloves, but I'm not stepping in the cage. Also won my first parlay last week, 75. I flipped Bilal in the last second. Damn, Van. You pulled through nicely. Congratulations. Congrats. T Jackson, thank you for $4.99 for last week. You the man, bro. Keep grinding. Thank you, T Jackson, for the support. The donation means a fuckload to me. Thank you for supporting the channel. You're a walking W. Fancy Frog, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you guys generating some hype around members, baby. Let's go. The member streams are getting bigger and bigger. Let's get it. Thank you, Fancy Frog. You are a gangster, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you, bro. You're a gem. You're a gem. You guys are all fantastic. You're picturing a Gaziev sub by arm triangle. I don't think it's a bad idea. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. He might pull it. He might pull it. I'm excited to find out if you're right. I'm picking him, and I have the submission as my method of victory, but I wouldn't throw, $100 on sub. It's plus 400, so maybe 25. I saw McGregor lost his driver's license. McGregor's lost his damn mind. He's lost his damn mind. My fellow failed me this rod, by the way, locked out my other account. Your fellow, I believe, is that the Jamaica flag, T. Jackson? I actually don't know exactly what flag that is. Let me know, because I don't know for sure. You think Cheeto gets the dub? I think he gets a close W. It's a risky bet, but I am picking him. Fancy Frog, thank you for gifting 1 membership. You're a gangster for that. I really appreciate that. Fuck yeah. I got the best hair in the business. Juan Chavez, thank you for complimenting the hair. I've been growing it out for a while. If I hit 50,000 subscribers before 2025, I will do a hair reveal. A lot of barking dogs this weekend. Bills fan, absolute facts. Remember, you were supposed to buy the MMA gloves. Now you have one. No, you know the MMA gloves been up there, Juice, man. People just don't notice it a lot of times. I do think Kawei's winning as well. Shar is your lock. He should pull through. Khabib should pull the IMO reverse and offer to buy Conor's car collection now that he can't drive. That's pretty funny. The Uno reverse card, I think is what you meant. That's really funny. Holy shit. I was wrong with CLD last week, and I was so certain. I see why you picked him, because CLD is a guy that looks to have great potential, but Gregory Rodriguez is a G at this point who's been in a lot of UFC fights, and I think his skill set is really coming together nicely. If Sandhagen wins, I got to get braids. You know why I don't want to get braids? I do not want to damage my hair. Those tight braids can really damage your hair, man, so I don't want to risk it. Khabib hasn't a pot to piss in. He couldn't afford McGregor's shoes. Emmett O'Connor repping Conor McGregor. That's funny. Love from the Detroit Lions territory. Thank you, Fancy Frog. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. RoboCop is a tank, and now that he's fighting smarter, oh, damn. He's a scary guy for anybody in that, top 12 area, top 15 to 12. Mikal is my underdog lock. I just don't see him losing to Shara since he's kind of low output and bad on the back foot, but people think I'm crazy. No, Chrome, you're actually not crazy. My brother has an against-the-grain pick of Mikal Oleksiejczuk. He's called good underdogs in the past, so I respect you going against the grain too. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on Sandhagen. Too versatile, too driven. Darth Bane, I respect you on that side, but the truth is he is against a Nurmagomedov, and I am not one to try and fade these freaking Dagestan savages. It seems like Umar Nurmagomedov for years has been on the path to the title, and I think there's a good chance he can pull through. They should have gave Aldo a higher ranked matchup. Yeah, I thought so too, but I actually think there's a method to the madness. Match Aldo up against Mario Batista. He goes out and beats a decent up-and-coming guy, or Batista gets a huge win, and now you can actually put some marketing behind Batista after he gets a victory over somebody notable. You get what I mean? Like, if you beat a notable guy like Jose Aldo, Mario Batista's stock is jumping 50%. I don't think he is going to win, though. I lean Aldo. Subscribe, you and Guru, the only two I watch live. Thanks, man. I'm 25. My hair is good, but my dad and both bros are balding. What are some preventative measures? French potato. So there is preventative measures, but they do have potential long-term health risks of, I believe, liver strain, but don't quote me on it. You can take finasteride for extended periods of time, and that should prevent your hair loss. But the issue with that is simply you may have an adverse reaction. So I would say definitely do a lot of research before getting on a finasteride supplementation, dog. Now, my family is interesting because on my mother's side, they all got full heads of hair. My grandfather at 92 still has his hair, but my dad doesn't have as much. So me, thankfully, I think I got the thick hair genes, man. I don't think Sandhagen's too weak necessarily. I just think Umar Nurmagomedov is way better at wrestling, and it's just a really hard fight for Sandhagen. There's no wrestling option for Sandhagen either, and Umar is a quality striker. I mean, if you watch the Dagestan fighters, like even Islam Makhachev, he's outstriking Dustin Poirier, so it's not like these Dagestan guys can't strike. I wanted to pick Corey, but man, the Nurmagomedov name holds so much weight nowadays that I feel it's like Umar is almost guaranteed to be a champ. So I'm picking Umar. Chrome, I'm feeling the same thing. Mikhail said he's going to retire, doesn't pay for a gym, even said he was going to lose. Sharlock, no way. Mikhail said he's going to lose. I think he is paid to essentially throw the fight. Not that he's going to take a dive, but he's not there to win the fight. He's just there to get a paycheck. Do I have Irish in me? I got a little Irish in me, yeah. I got a double crown, absolute nightmare for barbers. Damn, bro. I don't even know what a double crown looks like. It's like when there are these long buildups in the fights. Bilal, Leon, Strickland, Israel, Bisping, Rockhold, Umar, Corey tends to go the underdog way. Different situations though, right? Israel was a long reigning champ. Leon was a long reigning champ. Rockhold was the current champ. Corey, close to the title. Umar, the guy on the come up, he's essentially in the position of a Bilal. Even though the odds favor him, he's more in the position of looking to take a spot at the top. Yeah, the odds have him as the favorite, but if you look at the rankings, he's a lot farther down. Thick hair aura. Thank you, Hernanov. You're a gangster. The nativity scene depicts the easy push imprinting phone line. I don't know what you mean on that. McCall replied to a comment saying he'll lose. Yeah, probably. Then I'll quit. Well, that's tragic if that's McCall's mindset already heading into the fight. Finch will be here at 12:30 a.m. We're going to do it. Late night, Moneyline. Age, how do you feel about UFC cards? I think UFC cards are actually really cool. I haven't been collecting any, but I think that eventually I will buy a pack and I'll do an unboxing. Maybe around Christmas time, I'll make it happen. That's a decent idea. I was a huge O'Malley fan until he started chatting shit to the GOAT. I like that O'Malley's talking shit to Conor. I think it's actually funny as fuck. They should fight. I hate PFL. Low key, I do, man. I can't lie. PFL pisses me off. I believe Don Davis doesn't understand MMA, and I think that them holding Cyborg on the sidelines, letting go of Gegard Mousasi, I just think the whole PFL thing, whatever you will call it, the roster, the team, the whole crew, the way it's set up, I don't know. They've just not been what I was hoping for the fighters that have, transitioned over there. Early prediction from Movzar versus Aljo. I really want to pick Aljo, but I think Movzar beats him. Sandman has to pull some crazy jiu-jitsu bullshit. I wish he'd throw a hard hook kick at the right time. You're hoping that he gets a hook kick knockout. The odds of that are relatively low. But no PFL picks, man. Just enjoy the PFL. AJ, have not talked shit about you except in jest. I'm always saying good stuff about you. I know the Bob. I just pull your fucking chain sometimes. I'm glad, Bob, because you're a mod here. So if you're going around talking bad, it's depressing. Overheard a conversation with some old dudes about balding earlier at work, to be honest. It was pretty funny how one guy was willing to just shave it and the other was holding on to what he could. I get why people hold on to what he could. I get why people hold on. It makes sense. Noah Woodward, my guy. Thank you for the $4.99. Your bets made me $400 last weekend. The Patty sub bet was some Mystic Max shit. I'm going to need a super degen parlay, though. Noah Woodward, if you watched yesterday's betting show, I dropped a slew of degenerate parlays. it's a dangerous card for the DGen parlays, but you know what? I think they are live, man. I don't want to just go off the top of my head, and I don't have the video right in front of me, but I guess I could bring it up for you. You know what? I would like you to go watch that video, but because you dropped the dono, I am going to quickly read off the degenerate parlay for you, which I have for this week's episode of this week's Best MMA Bets. If you guys aren't watching this week's Best MMA Bets, I've actually swept the last 2 cards. So this week's Best MMA Bets, let's see my parlays. So, the DGen. The DGen, the plus 1,000 or more is Godinez, Bedoya, Dumas, Gaziev, and Kutateladze. There's also a super DGen one of Godinez, Gaziev, Kutateladze, Dumas, Fernandez, Shara, Nurmagomedov. And then there's also one where I also added in Bedoya too. So that's degeneracy, man. That show is the go-to for all of the betting thoughts, man. I'm telling you, it's good. I drop my honest thoughts. I always tell everybody, you know what, don't blindly tail. But I mean, if you have some weeks, especially lately, you've been fucking killing it. You see, Bilal said Mighty Mouse and other YouTubers don't know what they're talking about when it comes to predictions. Anthony Rodriguez, you know what? Bilal Muhammad is allowed to be based now that he has the belt. But truth is, there are always going to be wrong predictions by predictors. And if Bilal is doing picks every week, I'm sure he would have some dumb predictions too, because we are predicting fighting. MMA is the craziest sport to predict because there are so many variables. Bilal looked better than any of his previous fights. So you know what? He can talk his shit, but he's not correct when it comes to disrespecting Mighty Mouse and Usman. PFL is a money laundering operation. I wouldn't doubt it. Patty by sub was the easiest call. I had like 5 bets hit because of it. Let's go, TC. Bum, 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 bum. 12% trolls. People are forced to be politically correct when it comes to genders in sports nowadays or else get canceled. No, we're fighting against that. We're not sitting here and taking it, okay? We're going to stand on truth. And if that hurts feelings, that's okay. Because you know what? If I stand there and don't speak my mind, I'm getting hurt. And there's people that are competing, women competing, that are getting hurt. There was a girl paralyzed playing against a transgender volleyball player. I do not support XY chromosomes in women's sports, and neither should you. And I think most of you probably don't. You know what they say, hair today, gone tomorrow. Listen, it is what it is, but I think I'll be good to go. Worst case, I'll have to hit up some Turkish fan and say, listen, bro, I'm flying in. Can I stay at your house as I get my hairline replaced? You listen to Kill Tony, it's complete opposite. Just whatever you're subscribed to. Kill Tony? I don't know what that means. Emmett O'Connor, what country are you in? I'm done playing pretend for sensitive ass adults. Ultimately, you have to stand firm. For many years, I think people disagreed with like mainstream narrative, but there was a majority that just sat silent and just took it. Oh, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. No, you have to have self-respect by speaking your mind and your truth and standing on the facts that you believe in. So I think there's nothing wrong with going against the grain. Some people will hate you. Some people will love you. But I'd rather be hated and loved than just simply kind of liked, you know? Finchman did not deliver the gloves. No. I never got the gloves. I don't think I'm ever getting them. I think fighters are the worst predictors. They pay less attention to other fighters than fans. They can also suffer from knowing too much and overthinking. Back and beyond, you got a point. And bias, right? Inherent bias towards fighters who are similar to their style and all. No more Ripskis. I'm chilling, Hernanov. I've been sober for a long time, bro. Sober for a long time. What's up, AJ? Ready for the early fight companion Saturday? Thank you, Slippery Bananas. I'm looking forward to it as well. I think it's going to be fantastic. And guys, if you're watching and you're liking the Q&A, make sure you smash the like button. We're closing in on 50 likes, so make sure you hit it. They're saying she's not a man. Stop spreading misinformation. My brother, what I'm doing here is standing on the truth. She has XY chromosomes and elevated testosterone levels. Whether she does not consider herself to be a transgendered woman, she has the biological characteristics that only males possess. Now, ultimately, she can identify in day-to-day life as she chooses. And if in that country she is not considered transgender, it does not take away from the fact that she has male biology. And therefore, she is a biological male. And even if you can say, oh, but it's a condition, it gives you an unfair advantage. It's unfortunate. But the truth is, biological male is biological male. And I'm not going to hold punches just to not hurt feelings when, unfortunately, that's the truth here. That's well put, but the Italian chick did give up after eating one basic jab that wasn't damaged, and then cried about saying she's never been hit that hard. It wasn't some wicked haymaker. I don't know. With the Italian girl, it's not necessarily about her performance. It's just about the fairness of women's sports forthcoming, regardless of how that Italian girl did. Now, yes, I was upset too because she was a very, hardworking Italian woman. And as an Italian, I have to back the people a little bit, but that's not the reason I made the video. It was just to stand on truth and fairness for women's sport. And that's something that I'm always going to stand for. The comment McCall made about losing scared me, but McCall actually called out Shar during the Holland fight week. I think this is similar to the Volkov situation where he said he lost to Sergey. Maybe, Chrome, maybe he knows something we don't. He's got the little edge mentally on him, physically on him, and he'll show out. I like it. I like where your head's at. I like it. I like it. He still has man strength. True. We need a trans division. Fair. That would probably be more fair. I think that'd be better. Only Kayla Harrison whooping Khalif. Kayla Harrison's built different. That's why. I just like to think if a girl making a guy mad, then he can claim to be a woman real quick, fighter, then immediately after just claim to be a man again. TC, you're a menace. When do we let people's feelings get in the way of science and facts? I think that started in the 2010s era. It slowly built. And it became more and more of a consistent trend heading into the 2020s. So it's unfortunate. You agree with me? Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. It's good to see some of the female subscribers having my back on this as well, because they know I got theirs too. Whoever just said that eat a jab from TRT Vitor, yeah, I'm walking out. I'm walking out if TRT Vitor hits me. Olympics are corrupt. Dana Walsh was robbed today as well. I remember in 2016, I was watching the Olympic boxing, and I remember an abysmal robbery that took place. I don't remember the heavyweight boxers, but I'm talking about a clear win for one fighter, and the other got a decision. And there was even a knockdown that took place. Yes, Olympics are very corrupt. Even Anthony Joshua's Olympic win is kind of a stained victory. Even Joe Joyce's Olympic loss is a stained defeat. So the Olympics have been very flawed for many years, and now it's getting worse than ever before. It's tragic, to be honest. Seen the video of that 17-year-old volleyball player. They all laughed at her, really pissed me off. It's fucking annoying. It's tragic. I don't understand it. We need to stand against it. We need to stand firm and stand against these things. That's why I created that petition, man. That's why I created a fucking petition so people can go sign. I don't know how many people are going to end up signing it. I think we're close to 100 signups. We probably need 100,000, but at least I'm giving it hell, man. And maybe if everybody that signs it shares it, shit, we could end up reaching a big number. It's the accumulation of microplastics and processed foods causing the dysmorphia about sex, too much screen time for stupid kids. Parents drop the ball with screen time. I do think the iPad kid era is not good, right? Too much time on the screen is not good for the brain. I think my little cousin suffered from that, where I feel like she had a hard time differing reality versus these iPads, like in videos she was watching when she was young. It was very strange. And she's still completely addicted to the phone, even at, I believe, 9 years old now. Apparently they don't get paid much, but pride. I didn't get that vibe from Michael Phelps. Well, Michael Phelps made sponsorship money. Is 28 too late to Juwanna Man my way through women's boxing? You know what, TC? I think you can pull a Juwanna Man. I think you can. That movie was funny as hell. I need to watch that movie again. That was an underrated banger. Where's the petition? Sorry, new here. Sure. I will drop the link to the petition. because I need to spread it. I need to spread the good word. We need to make it happen. We need to get some notoriety. Let's get this petition sent out. Sign the petition right there. Boom. Come on through. Sign the petition. Change.org, man. Change.org. Let's make women's sports fair again. Let's make women's sports fair again. Screen time should be treated as an allowance. Spend your amount wisely. Not a bad idea, Douglas. Yeah, I would, if I, have a kid that, is trying to get on that phone all the time, I'm saying, listen, you play, you outside, you work out a bit. I would rather a kid play on like a PlayStation than on the phone. I would rather a kid be on like a game console than just a phone. I think that would be better. What's wrong with the 11%? I don't know. Just call me Joe. There's 11% of people that seem to think it's okay for biological males to compete against women. I don't know if they're worried about hurting feelings or not. I've never signed a petition, but I had this one. There are lines you do not cross. Thank you, Lethal Sugar. I'm glad that you signed my petition. To everybody who signed, I really appreciate you. Endgame Doc by Alex Jones. I'll have to check it out, Clyde Drexler. Sometimes Alex Jones gets me very stressed. So I like to avoid him because he makes me feel like this is it. This is over. So I will rather, stay away. But maybe I have to listen more. My kid will have no phone. I'm doing Project McGregor. I respected Emma O'Connor. But thank you to whoever signed. Thank you, Edo Mac. I really appreciate you guys for supporting. I feel like we have to take a stance. And I said, you know what? I have a big enough platform where I can, at the very least, promote the mentality that can, I think, rub off, to you telling your friends, you telling your family, and maybe the mentality, changes people. I don't know. Talma, what'd you say? I didn't mean to ignore your comments. Dog, there's a Talma. If I'm missing you, do not take it personal, my brother. I didn't even see your other comments. I'll have to look. I'll have to pay attention next time. Love the long streams, AJ. They shave off hours of my day at work and make the day zoom by. Thanks, man. Rasan, I'm glad you're enjoying them. I love doing them. I love being live. I'm doing so much content today. I had the video earlier today, and then I have this stream now, and then I got Moneyline at 12:30 at night. So it's going to be amazing. What does AJ stand for? I think AJ needs to be just my biological or my given name, biological name. I'm saying biological so much. I think AJ is just set in stone as AJ, bro. My name is AJ, AIJAY. I took that dude, that huge plus money. Damn, baby sharp. I hope you get your money. Antonio Joint. There we go. Well, even I still think kids should spend an hour in sunlight per hour or two, at least of a screen light time, whether TV or whatever. But I agree, games over open screen time. I agree, Douglas. Yes. I would rather give my kid, listen, you're playing NBA 2K30. You're playing UFC 5 or 7, whatever it is by that point, UFC 10. Then saying, oh, I'm going to sit on the phone and just play on whatever, Roblox all day. I'm going to watch videos on YouTube all day. No. I'm going to sit on TikTok. No. That's not what I believe in. I will rather buy my kid any game than have them sitting on a phone like that. No, I will rather do that. AJ, why did you have a problem with the man and a woman's division, but not the opening ceremony? No, I did have a problem with that as well. I didn't roast it as hard, but I thought it was an absolute disgrace and a shame to all believers. And I thought the Last Supper mockery was tragic. I thought the pale horse mockery of death riding the pale horse was tragic. And I think it's a disgrace. Elvis is the best dog of the weekend. I like Elvis as a dog. Elvis. I call him Elves all the time. Men are so dope. We're the best women athletes. You're funny. Buongiorno, AJ. Mamma mia, buongiorno. Io piace pasta. Mamma mia. There, I saw it. The balls. I spoke upon the balls. If you watch my video from earlier, I spoke upon it. Sup, AJ? How's it going? Useless. I am having a fantastic day. How are you doing, my friend? What's going on? Solution. Have a men's league, a women's league, and an open league done. The thing is, the open league would be strange, right? So it would be men and transgender women in it. I guess a non-binary league. This is craziness. Imagine if they were mocking Muhammad. If that would have took place, there would have been riots. I mean, Muslims are standing up against the mockery the Olympics made as just the respect for a religious figure. So I could not imagine if it was that. Christianity has always been easily mocked by the masses. And in scripture, they predict that, it'll be mocked and they'll be, made fun of. It will be the one belief system that is just easily attacked, Who will watch any open league? No one. They know what they're doing. I think they like to stir the pot. AJ, you see yourself having more drinks since you cut out the CBD line? Nah, Psycho. I'm actually just fully sober all the time. I don't know. I don't really crave anything. Like, you know what I like to do is lay my head on the pillow and chill. Put on a show and chill. Sit back and just take a deep breath and pop a Zyn pouch, bro. Like, I've really been enjoying the buzz from a Zyn pouch over everything else. I'm very dialed into my diet too right now. So I've been tracking my calories a lot of the time. So, I'm putting time into that as well. Yes, sir, I'm Irish and I'm on that mountain shit. You're a savage, Emmett. AJ, I've watched you for a while and you inspired me and my buddy to start our own show. Keep killing it. Hey, Locked Door MMA, shout out to you and I wish you well starting your show. It takes courage to post, and I hope that you don't become another statistic of people that posted a video and never stayed committed, because if you do and you keep it confident, you keep it positive, and you keep on pushing forward, I believe success is imminent. Thoughts on Volk versus Bilal for the welterweight strap? Bilal bodies him. No doubt about it. Bilal beats Volk. I love Volk, but no doubt. Glad you're live. Always a great vibe. Glad you're speaking on things everyone's afraid to speak on. Of course, useless. I realize that it's my calling to be the one. It's my calling for it. I have to do it. Hey, Trader Mike, thank you for $4.99. I appreciate you getting the dono train rolling. We've seen some nice generosity tonight. Going back and watch your old video was awesome. Seeing how much has changed and evolved was crazy. Much respect for being a grinder. Cool to see. Trader Mike, thank you. I have thousands of videos. I was doing 30 videos a week at one point, not knowing what the YouTube algorithm was like or where I was going with the content, but I just wanted it bad. And I consistently push out daily content and keep going live every day because this is what I love to do. And I'm always very grateful to see that my people love it too. So thank you, Trader Mike. I really appreciate the generosity, bro. Donations are amazing. Listen to KZ. He says we need to get 140 likes up in here. Let's keep running the like button up. AJ, I'm thinking of making a channel. Should I stream straight away or make videos first? If I was asked how would you make a channel, I would do a full card prediction show every week, and then I would do reactions to some fight announcements, and then I would do live streams once I build a few hundred followers. I start with maybe a Livestream Q&A, do it for an hour, 1 hour Livestream Q&A, few days a week. It's definitely not an easy task, and it's taken me many years to garner a following, and some channels move faster up than others. But at the end of the day, if you have passion for what you are creating, I promise you, you can succeed at this. So that's my best advice. Did I try a coffee pouch? I don't know if I had a coffee pouch. I tried a tea pouch once, and it's like made me feel like my teeth would be so stained. Bro said he's sober but loving the nick. The nicotine helps. Did Zyns help you quit smoking THC? I would say so. If it wasn't for the Zyns, it'd probably be like harder to get off. I really enjoy my brain without the weed. Like, I can read faster. I can focus on things better. And there's things that I haven't noticed because I've been smoking consistently for years. I've been smoking consistently for about 4 years. I started smoking a decent amount around 19, 20. Then at 21, it turned into an everyday habit. And I didn't realize that my brain was flipping like that. I didn't realize, but I'm grateful that, I did, though. I'm grateful I went through. I still will occasionally smoke. I'm not saying I'll never smoke, but the daily grind of smoking, I just think it's better to avoid for me. I gave up on my channel, unfortunately, and have it let it go stagnant after making it to 100 subs. Family life got crazy. Trying to find the motivation to get back into it. Fancy frog, I understand, but I'll tell you this. If you really want it, you can do one video a week. You can. You can. Cyborgs probably piss that there wasn't much attention on them when they were beating up women. Cyborg, damn. Cyborg is a woman. She's a savage. Why did I stop smoking? No reason, really. I got back from vacation. I wasn't really liking smoking much before. I didn't smoke too much on vacation. Came back, smoked a couple times, had a couple joints. I was like, yeah, this is cool, but I'm like, I don't really like this as much anymore. I'm like, I don't what's the point? Hey, Lost Got Soul AJ, shared your video with as many people as possible. Hope that helped your petition. Thank you, Lost Got Soul. I appreciate you, bro. Sharing a video is beautiful. If everybody that watches shares, we double the views right there. AJ, this isn't meant to be offensive, but I see a lot of holes in MMA channels and YouTube, and I have a lot of ideas that could fully change the space. That's why I want to start a channel. Tomo, I think you should go for it then. Do it. I will tell you, man. Make it happen. I didn't watch Khalil on JRE. The commission's going to ban him on top of the UFC's ban. He heard he would probably get 9 months. No way. I'm going to have to watch JRE because if you guys remember when Khalil failed the drug test, I made a video. It didn't get a lot of traction, but there was a good cult following for it. And I broke down that he did fail for a performance-enhancing drug, but I do agree that it was probably not intentional because he did notify the UFC that, it was tainted supplement, or rather he notified drug-free sport. So I'm going to have to look into that. I'm going to have to listen more. I don't think it's fair for Khalil to get a 9-month suspension because I do think he's a guy with good intentions, and I don't think he's an intentional cheater. You tried to stop smoking for years. I don't know how you did it. My body reacted like I had stomach flu. Really? I don't know, Rasan. My body was ready to let it go. I don't know. I'm about to quit weed, get back to the gym after 8 months off, and start the diet again. I bet that will make me less depressed. Psycho, it will. I'll tell you something. There's a true thing that's weed-induced depression, because something that weed does is it causes you to think more. And sometimes for a man, overthinking your well-being tends to be your downfall, and it tends to be where you end up falling into depressive states. Sometimes smoking turns into more of a habit than a help. Facts, David. Facts. I agree with that. I've lived it. I've been smoking weed pretty much daily since 98. It's not the same as it used to be. Yeah, it definitely loses its magic. For me, it lost its magic this year. And I just, decided, you know what? I'm cutting back. Hey, McCaffrey Bros, thank you for $2. I appreciate your generosity. You earned yourself $2 for addressing this issue. Thank you, bro. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I appreciate being based. Let's go. My man. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate you. I need to get a job over there and I'm moving straight away. You got to pull it off. No, she didn't give me an ultimatum, Roth. It was purely my own decision. He went over to Tiger MMA and came out a different man. They abused the shit out of steroids in that gym. Oh, I mean, I believe that in Thailand, there is a lot of steroid abuse because steroids are legal there. But I don't know, man. I really feel like Khalil is not a cheater, man. I don't believe it. Bilal and Max Holloway are the same height. Islam is better than Bilal. Volk beats Bilal. That's funny as hell, KZ. 53 in the magic, long gone. The weed magic, when you first start, it's magic. But it slowly but surely just becomes a habit. Not just MMA experts, life advice experts, real talk. I appreciate you, Psycho. I say all this mid bong rip, of course. That's funny. Khalil was on JRE for the second time yesterday and explained the situation and sounded kind of emotional when talking about how this affects his career and how he needs fights because he has a mortgage. That is tragic for him. I'll have to listen to it tomorrow and maybe I'll make a video. Baby Sharp, I love that you use a proud Irish heritage. Shout out to the Irish savages. I definitely plan to quit. I know I can because I stopped for a week and have no problem. Then the body withdrawals kicked in. Interesting, man. I don't believe you should cold turkey quit. I believe you can slowly taper off. To be honest, nothing turned me off more when I was single. You talking about people that smoked weed? That's fair. A lot of times when you're smoking a lot of reefer, you are less motivated. O'Malley smokes McGregor. That'd be a dope fight. I'd be down for it. I believe in you, brother. How epic that would be. You're funny as hell, baby sharp. You and your boy. You get the Irish pride, man. The Irish pride is strong. You're high in the gym right now. That's fine. The Ladyboy Boxer is a true inspiration to my daughter. Train real hard. Do your best. A man will be waiting with you at the top. Holy shit, RDB. It's fucked. That sucks. McGregor is a strain. That is what Anthony means. McGregor's a strain to all MMA fans. You know, I don't know about a McGregor return. He has a lot of personal life issues, and I truly believe that he has fallen away from who he truly was on the come up. This motivated guy who's dreaming big. He's already achieved everything he could have ever asked for in life. So him making a comeback is at this point kind of unnecessary. I mean, I would be glad to watch a McGregor fight, but how it's been consistently turning out, I'm not so sure we ever see McGregor again. I was on the absolutely it's happening this summer, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. McGregor, Khabib, and Jones will never fight again. I do think Jones fights again. Irish, Italian representing? Hell yeah, bro. Weed was your turn off. The smell and lack of motivation kind of killed it for me. I totally understand that, Michelle. 100%. I think it makes perfect sense. I know people that smoke consistently that lose all motivation for doing anything when they smoke. I never had that full effect, but what I did notice is I had more moments of anxiousness, and I don't know, I think my attention span was worse. If O'Malley smoked McGregor, he'd be higher than he's ever been before. You get a little lingering effect of Conor's past cocaine use as he smokes him. I'd like to see that fight. I would be down. If O'Malley wins in his fight against Marab, if he beats Ilia Topuria, a McGregor super fight could probably be one of the biggest UFC events in history. The Diaz bros smoke it, then go on marathon runs. The Diaz brothers are crazy, man. The Diaz brothers smoke all the time. I don't know how they do it. They're built differently. AJ, you think we get Islam versus Arman and Ankalaev versus Alex in Abu Dhabi for UFC 308? I have a hunch that we do, but I would prefer Alex and Ankalaev fight in neutral ground as opposed to him having to go to Abu Dhabi, where there is an inherent bias sometimes for the Muslim fighters. Why the political video? I was not doing a political video. I did a video purely based upon the sanctity and safety of women's sport. That's not political. That's factual. Louis Bond, thank you for the $2. W men, all we do is win. What women's sport next? That's funny. Louis Bond, thank you for the 2. I appreciate you. When I smoked, I like doing outdoor stuff. You just can't be smoking in the house. It creates bad habits. You end up getting so lazy. Have you seen the South Park episode where Macho Man Randy Savage transitions to a woman who competes against ladies? I saw a clip of it actually earlier today. Funny you mentioned that. It's trending right now on Twitter. It doesn't guaranteed make you lazy or not. Of some people it does, some it don't. If you're at home smoking every day, I'm not shaming you. You're fine. You do what feels right for yourself. You lock in more when you're smoking. It increases your focus. You just graduated college, wrote most of my essays high and got A's, but it took years for that to happen. At first, I was unmotivated. I guess you found your way to use it as a tool as opposed to just a relaxation. Yeah, Moneyline is on at 12:30 a.m. tonight. So Moneyline is on in a little over 4 hours. So late night Moneyline. Finchman's got a late night at work. And, you know, I don't mind bending my schedule towards the later hours to do this show because I always feel like it's worth it for you guys, man. Even though I'm like, yeah, I'll get less sleep. Fuck it. I'd rather sleep less, but make quality content for the people. Asia, what time do you usually go to bed every night and wake up around? So lately I've been trying to go to bed no later than 2:30. Some days though, like it does get a little later, but I prefer going to bed at 1:30. If it was optimal for me tonight, I'd actually like to sleep by 1 o'clock, but I have to do a 12:30 a.m. Moneyline show. So I'm ending up going to bed really late. And I'm going to wake up no later than 10:40 this tomorrow morning, 10:40, but depends. The UFC Abu Dhabi weigh-ins, I want to do the weigh-in show as soon as they drop. So actually, I should probably check what time the Abu Dhabi weigh-ins are set for. Let's see. The ceremonial weigh-ins are on at 10 a.m. I will probably be waking up for them. I should probably wake up by no later than 10. Yeah. That's probably the money move. The weigh-ins are on really early. They'll probably push them back to 10:30 because they're normally late. So up at 10, video out probably by 1, and then a live stream probably by 6 tomorrow, talking about everything UFC, and then an early show for for the Fight Companion. Yeah, late night money line is always fire. I smoke every day, and I wouldn't say I'm a lazy person. I get everything done I need to for the day. However, I definitely feel far more productive when I don't smoke. I think it's you want to relax your mind a bit. You drink almost every night. That's fair. I mean, everybody has a vice. For me, I guess I'm sticking with my nicotine vice. Sticking with the Nick. AJ, what water do you drink / prefer? I just started getting these glass jugs of Mountain Valley dropped off. And to be honest, it's the shit. LOL, slight flex. I've been drinking Zephyr Hills spring water for years. That's all, bro. Zephyr Hills spring water is all I need. Gambling's your vice. That's good, Bob. Gambling's a quality vice. Smoking's for after everything is done. Get that sleeping vibe. I haven't even been smoking late. I've been smoking zero. Liquid Death is the best. You know, I tried to get a Liquid Death sponsorship, but I never heard back. I got the email for one of their like founders, actually. Never heard back, unfortunately. I wish I did, but they didn't hit your boy back. They told me to go fuck myself, essentially. But that's all right. Hopefully I get some type of cool sponsorship at some point. I believe at 50,000, the likelihood of a sponsorship is much higher than, you know, at this point. Follow up, bro. You grew. I guess I could email a second time. Yeah, not a bad idea. I wasn't even at 30,000 subscribers when I sent that email. So yeah, you're right. That's not a bad idea. If I had a Liquid Death sponsorship, that'd be really cool, man. It'd be good water, though, to have. It'd be cool. Listen, I'm getting hydrated, and I'm drinking Liquid Death. Is Jai, Victoria, and Garam by decision a correct pick? Hamish, I can't say for sure, but personally, I am picking Bedoya over Jai Herbert. We got to smash the like button so our boy gets some sponsors. Absolute facts, man. Keep smashing those likes. However, I tried any harder drugs. I guess the hardest shit I ever tried was LSD when I was younger, and I lost my mind. I absolutely lost my mind. It was a very strange experience. What's funny is I told my friend on the trip, I was really out of it. I'm like seeing things. I told him his current girlfriend's name, who he was not dating at the time, who he knew from high school. And she's the one for you, man. Talking about 2-3 years later, now he's living with her. I was like, that's strange. What do they say? It's a premonitions. Yeah, I'll pass on psychedelics. I tend to have extremely deep trips that are filled with anxious overthought with a mix of strange visuals. And I prefer to pass. I stick with, if I'm going to have anything, I mean, I could smoke a little bit if I'm looking to have some fun, or I can simply just have a beer, bro. I'll have a Coors Light and I'll have a great time. I don't really need to do anything crazy. I'm personally over that phase. I also tried the magic mushrooms before, and I didn't really like them either. Remember watching AJ when he had maybe 13 viewers? Glad you stayed with it. Keep up the good work, broski. Thank you. Hey, TS Wiz, I appreciate you, dog. We've been at it for a long time. Would you take a sponsor from Roman Swipes? What's Roman Swipes? I don't know what that is. Usually try not to lay heavy into women's MMA, but I got to rewatch some Dudakova. I might take Hughes. Sam Hughes is a scrappy underdog, but she's not a consistent winner in the UFC. Dudakova has some potential, but I guess I understand the pick on Hughes. I'm still picking Dudakova, but I could see why you wouldn't want to put Dudakova in one of your parlays. And me personally, I'm not into the Dudakova betting side. LSD saved your life? Really? That's crazy. Wheelchair Mafia. What's up, dude? How did it save your life? That's weird. I mean, that's good, but how? I'm very curious of an elaboration on that. Because I don't know. LSD, I think, can make you go crazy. My first time I tried it, I had no idea what it was. Double dosed in a sewer. Not my smartest idea. It's funny. Hughes more strong, but Dudakova better technically. I agree with that. I feel like Dudakova should win. But the Amarim win for Sam Hughes is impressive, even though she nearly got tapped. If you don't boot black tar heroin and drink distilled piss, or even living, you're crazy. I only have 100 gators in the basement. Yeah, bro. I wrestle alligators for fun on my spare time. 6-foot alligators or smaller. Yeah, I wrestle with them. Put them in a rear naked choke. Show them who's boss. Dudakova by split is probably a great bet. I think Dudakova probably gets a split decision. 29-28 is definitely live. So, yeah. KZ, I had the schizophrenic episode as well. It's crazy. I'm not the only one. I already like Bilal as champion more than Leon. He's already been chirped at by Volkanovski. He's making headlines, which Leon never had the ability to do. Yeah, the Bilal era is actually more entertaining. Bilal has turned into a villain. We all can't wait to see him lose. But damn, I'm more excited to watch Bilal fight than I am Leon. I won't lie to you. After the fact, true. Depends on strains of magic mushroom you take as intensity levels. I'll pass. I hope Sandhagen pulls it off. Hope Sandhagen pulls it off him. Versus O'Malley needs to happen. Would be a sick fight. I'm not holding my breath on Sandhagen O'Malley. I think Umar's got him. Dudakova is good. Trust. I think she can be top 10. The potential's written down. I mean, she looks like she's got the goods. But Sam Hughes is a scrappy underdog. She's never an easy out. What do you think about Vucenic? I think Vucenic's a decent fighter, but he's taking this fight on really short notice. He's up a weight class. I don't think he beats Garam, but I'm sure he can do okay in the featherweight division. It completely eliminated your anxiety and took away a lot of depression, gave me new perspective, and killed my ego. Darren Parker, that's interesting. Well, I'm glad you had a better experience. I feel like Hughes' takedown defense is overrated. I'm watching decent women's MMA fighters take it down with ease. I think she's overglazed because of the Jacqueline Amarim win. Craziest thing you've ever done, like stunts / pranks, anything? Seem like you could be a menace if the mood strikes you. When I was a young kid, I used to have prank calls, bro. I used to prank call all the time. I torture these pizza places. Hard Rock needs to step it up. So limited on bets they offer and always worse lines, but it's all we have here. Yeah, Edo Mac, I'm in the same boat as you, my friend. You mixed alcohol with gummies? Bro, that's a good way to puke, I feel like. Sandhagen decision plus 650. I think Sandhagen loses a decision. You think Sandhagen can catch him in a ninja choke? I don't think so. Moneyline is coming later tonight. OG Smoker, 12:30 a.m. It's in about 4 hours. Yes, Mr. Cass, I'm working out 6 days a week. I actually did a chest workout earlier today. I'm following a very A-tier diet. I'm lifting hard, man. I don't take any days off. I mean, I take Sunday off, but I'm very consistent throughout the week. I like to hit every muscle group twice. My fucking legs are so sore, though. I did a really hard leg day yesterday, and it fried me, bro. You think Dustin will move up to 170, stay at 55, or retire? I lean him staying at 55 or retiring. I don't know why. I just can't really picture a Dustin welterweight run. Of course, I could be wrong, but him fighting at 170, I don't think is going to work out incredibly well. Umar gets a bit sloppy when shooting. Sandhagen has long, skinny arms. He's very cerebral. I just can't see Nurmagomedov caught in a guillotine of any kind, ninja choke, whatever you want to call it. What do you guys think of Vera? I think Cheeto Vera's a live dog. I'll pick him. Figure Vera. I'll go Vera close fight. Wheelchair Mafia, you're funny. Hey, what's up, Jersey girl? Good to see you, pretty girl. What's up? I'm so convinced Oleksiejczuk will win. He was calling for Shara fight in the build-up to Holland. He has the ability to out-grapple him, but more likely expose his boxing and KO him. You think Oleksiejczuk can out-grapple Shara? Oleksiejczuk has to be one of the worst grapplers in UFC history. I completely disagree. I think the only way Oleksiejczuk wins is by using his boxing. Justin Mack is occasionally here. Hey, I'm glad I made you blush, Jersey girl. Love you. Can you explain who Vucenic fights like? I mean, he's a well-rounded guy who does favor the grappling, seems to be a pretty good athlete with nice submission skills. But personally, I wouldn't bet on him versus Guram. Gaziev by KO or decision and Azamat KO decision. I think Gaziev could get a submission, though. Thank you, AJ, for saving me from that burning house. Hey, listen, Cozy, I got you. I'm keeping you safe and sound. I think people are too confident in Shara this week. I believe that Oleksiejczuk is a bit checked out, though, no? And regardless of what he's claiming, he did seem to break his arm last fight, which was not, like 7 weeks ago against Holland? Like 7 weeks ago. Hey, love you more, Jersey girl. Shara Bullet by UFC Destiny. Come on, man. This W is bound to happen. Bullet is up and coming. Take the money line while he's fighting lower tier guys. I'm picking it too. I got to go with the UFC narrative. I got to go Shara Bullet. You think he can KO Shara? I think Shara could hurt him. I feel like Oleksiejczuk is just taking this fight for money. Thanks for loaning me that money for my mom's surgery. She's doing better and in good spirits. Gavin, you're funny. Shara didn't look great in his last fight, but Oleksiejczuk has been looking horrible. Oleksiejczuk's been looking terrible. How can you confidently pick Oleksiejczuk? I think Shara Bullet's got his number. I'm going to favor Grasso because it's Mexican Independence Day as well. So we're going with Grasso. Hey, Ace Boogie, thanks for $2. I appreciate you keeping the dono train running. Are you and Finch doing a collab MMA video this week? Yes, tonight in a little less than 4 hours at 12:30 a.m. Me and Mike Finch will chop it up about UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi. We're going to break down the card. We're going to go back and forth. We're going to have fun, man. I'm looking forward to talking to my boy. McCall trains with his homeboys in a garage. He's not a legit fighter. He's just naturally talented, but I agree. I don't consider him very legit. He beat Cheaty and Cheaty beat Shara. I wouldn't be so sure of that. The Cheaty fight, I don't know. Shara has some nasty kicks and punches, top-notch kickboxer. I agree. I don't think you can just judge him from his worst performance. I mean, he did have Bruno Silva turn into a wrestler, and I rate Bruno Silva a lot higher than I do Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. Moneyline is tonight. Yes, it is, useless. Would you and Finch ever do a fight companion together? I love my boy, but I would not. No, I like doing the solo fight companions. That's been my thing for a long time, man. We did it, I believe, once, but I like the solo show. It's just how it works. Me and him do it beautifully, though, on the Moneyline show. We bring the heat. Umar, Shara, Terrence Crawford, and Cody Rhodes. You're a menace throwing in WWE. Holy shit. Yoel Alvarez decision. The issue is, if you're picking Yoel by decision, recognize that he's a guy that accepts bottom position. And Elvis Brenner is a good grappler from top. I could see Elvis Brenner garnering a good amount of control time and stealing the fight on the card. So I am not personally into the Alvarez decision side. I think that Elvis Brenner should win the fight. You're eating lunch and getting paid? Good, Grimy. Get your money. Will judges ruin some fight? Probably at least one. Hopefully it's, not going to happen. But in Abu Dhabi, you never know. Yeah, I think Brenner wins. I think Brenner's a good underdog this week. I like him a lot. I've picked 4 underdogs this week, 3 of which I actually am interested in the betting side, being Bedoya, who I like a lot, and Elvis Brenner, as well as none other than Lupi Godinez. Will you say your lock of the week tonight? Yeah, bro. I actually already dropped it, Useless. It's Dumas to win. A little bit of a chalky locky, but I highly doubt that Dennis Tululin is the guy to beat him. And also, I already dropped this week's Best of My Maybets yesterday, bro, which talked about, the whole betting side of things. Your dog picks a Brenner Bedoya. I like the dog parlay between those two. I once saw AJ pull a family from a burning building while he was mentoring through Make-A-Wish, and the act of selflessness and bravery actually cured the kid. Fancy Frog, you know me well, and I appreciate it. Loopy Lock, Bright Boxer, I think you're hitting it this week. I'm on Loopy as well. I think McCall will either go in with no game plan. He's just going to be chucking power shots and hoping he lands, and saying this because of how he checked it. He seems... I don't know what the word you said there. Just goes in there with the YOLO mentality. He's a YOLO mentality guy. I like it, bro. Sorry, I need to watch that video. Yeah, Useless. No pressure, but I think you'll enjoy it. You like Umar decision, Loopy decision, both alive. Hunter, have you seen Bedoya's physique? And you'll see it in the weigh-in show tomorrow. Bedoya has a full six-pack now. He is not the same Bedoya that we used to know. He's turned into a macho man Bedoya. He looks alpha as fuck now. He's dropped to 155. This is not chubby boy Bedoya from 170. This is a legitimate prospect Bedoya who's training at Chute Box Diego Lima, man. Your lock of the week is T. Ferg. I hope that T. Ferg wins, but I would not lock him. He's looked horrible lately. Cheeto's grappling defense is decent. I'm picking him to win, but ultimately there is a path for a Figgy win for sure. I don't think that's crazy or anything. Gaziev versus Spivak needs to happen. Would be the battle of the blobs. I think that'd be an interesting fight, but Gaziev's got to first get through a Dontel Mays, which I definitely think he's going to. Thoughts on Tony versus Chiesa? Can Tony get it done? Tony time odds are looking tasty. Recognize something. Tony Ferguson has lost 7 fights in a row. And I know Chiesa's on a 3-fight losing streak as well, but Tony Ferguson has lost 7 fights in a row. I don't know. T. Ferg being a lock is a joke, but I do think he wins. I respect anybody picking T. Ferg, and I hope that he wins. I've said it all week. I really hope that I'm wrong on my Michael Chiesa pick, but how can I pick Tony Ferguson, who has looked horrible in recent fights? I can't do it. Brenna Bedoya, solid UD D-Gen parlay. You're a badass going for it. Degenerate Savage. I would rather just money line them both. Does Tony get cut if he loses? He should probably just retire. I don't even want to see him get cut. Let's just have him walk away from the sport and say, listen, I've had a great run. I've gave it hell, but it is time for me to call it now. Oh, of course, Tony said it's not his last fight. Tony's crazy. If he wins, it's definitely not. If he loses, I don't know. I don't know where he'll go. Nobody has ever lost 8 fights in a row in the UFC. For years, 4 fights and you're out. And then slowly it became 5 fights and you're out. Now, 7 fights and counting. Tony Ferguson has a tied longest losing streak in UFC history with none other than UFC legend BJ Penn. Guys, we're at 78 likes. We're 22 away from the stream goal of 100. If you're enjoying the content and you like the vibe, make sure you help the channel out by smashing the likes. And if it's your first time watching a live stream Q&A, you're definitely in the right place because I'm live every single day with daily content. Make sure you smash that subscribe button too, man. I appreciate everybody. Still Knox or Style Bender. I've early leaned Still Knox, but of course, I can take my time and potentially flip. Let's get his loss streak to 12, just like his win streak. Can you imagine? All right, he's lost 11 in a row, guys. Tony Ferguson's winning next one. 5 fights and a title shot. Hey, I'm fighting. I'm Tony Ferguson. I know this accent's not accurate, but this is how I think of him in my brain. I'm talking here. I'm 5 fights in a title. I'm on my way. That's T-Ferg after he loses 10 in a row. I'm going to draw in the main event. Think Shevchenko, Grasso 2. Sandy could conceivably win 3-2, and it only takes one judge to go 10-8 to avoid hometown boy losing. The damn draw is crazy. What's up, AJ? They give legends grace. Maybe a little too much grace for their own health, though, no? Sandhagen will win Saturday. O'Malley versus Corey is the biggest fight in bantamweight. I know you guys are hoping for a Sandhagen win, and I understand, but I just don't see it. He said today he still has fights in the contract. Dude, if Tony Ferguson loses 8 in a row and he's still fighting afterwards, I don't know. I think that's kind of shameful. I think that's irresponsible, the UFC. I don't know how many fights he's got left, but probably at least 3. Under or over 2.5, bro. I'm not even touching that Tony fight unless it's Tony by submission as a DGen bet. Picking Umar is based on name, not skill, but he is pretty good. I don't blame Tony for continuing. He missed out on a massive payday against Khabib when he was the interim. He'll probably make on a big contract, so he might as well make the money while he can. I guess so. He's just cashing out. I feel like he still wants to win, too. I don't think T. Ferg is super mentally checked out. Chiesa does suck, though, so Tony could win. Bro, he's going to get the UFC Hall of Fame for most losses in a row. Dude, if he loses the most fights in a row, is he even eligible to be a Hall of Famer then? Like, do we have to eliminate that possibility? I'd rather watch Tony lose than watch Mokaev win. Damn. Well, Mokaev's out, so you won't be watching much of him anymore. Everyone wants to see Sandhagen O'Malley, and that's the biggest indicator for me that it's not going to happen. Dream fights don't happen. Fancy Frog, you got a point. And if they wanted to make it, they could have put O'Malley in the title picture instead of Merab. Or excuse me, they could have put Sandhagen in the title picture instead of Merab, and they could have done Merab versus Umar Nurmagomedov. That is not the case. So, yes, I am predicting that Umar Nurmagomedov wins and that the Sandhagen O'Malley fight seemingly never happens. El Cajun, you got Cheeto? I do. I'm going with Cheeto. I'm going for my brother, my Ecuadorian brother. Did you see Matty Betts put 1K on Tony sub? That's crazy. That's degenerate betting. That's very degenerate. I hope he has a large bankroll because that is a fucking lottery ticket and a good way to go broke. Tony Ferguson got paid to make an appearance at a random bar in Mass a couple weeks ago. Tony's still a legend. He's a certified gangster and a forever fan favorite. But that doesn't mean he shouldn't retire. That doesn't mean the UFC can't release him after losing and losing and losing and losing and losing. Like, there comes a time where you need to know when to call things. And I think we're getting there with Tony Ferguson. I think he is reaching a point where a retirement should be considered. Yes, I'll be live tomorrow, Useless. I got hella content tomorrow. He's got fake slips. That's fucked. Cheeto ain't winning. Sorry, guys. The dust settles Saturday. All right, Jay. No love for Cheeto, it seems. Wow. No love for Cheeto Vera. Wow. You're essentially saying to Cheeto, you get no love. No love. You don't give a fuck about Cheeto. I'm offended. I'm offended. Skills pay the bills. I get why you're on Figgy, though. I'm talking my shit. But I understand the mentality behind picking Figueiredo over Cheeto Vera. Hey, I see 88 likes up in here, guys. We got to at least get it to 90. We're 2 away from 90. Make sure you smash the like button. Hello, everyone. Excited to be here for another AJ live stream. What's up, Peeping Tom? Thanks for peeping. I appreciate you. I'll bet my left nut that Tony loses. Love him, but he's done and just too stubborn to admit it. He's definitely too stubborn to admit it. I think Cheeto has a decent chance, to be honest. I see it going distance. I think Cheeto has a decent chance, too, on a fight going distance. Exactly. I completely agree. Useless is a badass. I completely agree with him. Thoughts on Dudakova's staph? She has staph infection again? Or that was from last fight, wasn't it? I think people are writing Cheeto off a little too quick, bro. He's a gangster. Cheeto Vera is a fucking gangster. Hey, what's up, Justin Mack? You know what's crazy? You were asked about in chat. They said, where's J Mac? I said, he's been around. He'll be back. Good to see you, man. Good to see J Mac coming through, supporting the crew. It's great to see. I absolutely love it. He's a badass for it. He's an absolute gangster coming out. Cheeto took a lot of damage, though. Yeah, but against O'Malley, O'Malley's a fucking god in the striking. O'Malley's striking slickness is far superior to Figueiredo. O'Malley would knock Davis and Figueiredo out. Excited for Corey Sandhagen to get the dub this weekend and his title fight after. J Mac, I get it. I know you're holding on to hope for it, but I think that Umar Nurmagomedov is the one. There's only one Umar Nurmagomedov. There's only one Umar. How lame is MMA if Chiesa finishes Tony, but Vera and Pimblett didn't? I don't think Chiesa would finish him. He probably grinds out a win. Cheeto has never been submitted or KO'd. Yeah, the only way he's losing this fight here is if he gets a decision grinded out on him. It might be a draw, though. Cheeto gets a knockdown in round 3, loses the first 2 rounds, 10-8, third round. We get a fucking draw. You think Umar's the one, but Corey's different? All right, J-Mac. I respect all of your takes, but I think that Umar Nurmagomedov is just simply too good, and I see him beating an absolute badass in Corey Sandhagen. You think Conor ever fights again? You know what? I lean no at this point. The dude can't even drive a car legally. He's got alcoholism issues. He's got cocaine-related issues. He's got a lot of problems in his personal life that are not indicators, or at least not good indicators, of somebody looking to make a UFC comeback, specifically a UFC comeback in a high-stakes fight. Michael Chandler has sat out and waited for the Conor McGregor sweepstakes, and it may have been the biggest mistake of his life. I think it's a cool fight, but I will not hold my breath on Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler fighting anymore. I thought it would happen this summer. Didn't happen. If there is plus money on Corey, I'm taking him, though. I respect you going for the underdog. Both Corey and Umar said their cardio will be too much for the other, which is interesting. I think the Umar wrestling is going to be the factor in the back pocket, man. There is a money line tonight. Money line is going down at 12:30 a.m. It'll be live in about 3.5 hours. What's up, AJ? I love your stream. Representing from East Tennessee as always. Thank you, Brian. Fuck yeah. Shout out to East Tennessee's own Brian Hershey, my guy. Like a Hershey fucking kiss. Very sweet of you. Vera split decision. I like that, Fancy Frog. Conor retired. He's essentially retired. I hope the Chandler fight happens, because if it doesn't, then he wasted his career and it's probably too late for Chandler to go on a run. He needs that McGregor fight. If he beats McGregor, I think he'll be satisfied. No such thing as a lock, but a best bet. Yeah, but it's fun to use the word lock for a best bet, though. It's still a fun word. We call it a lock. It's a lock until it's unlocked. It's a lock of the week until it loses. So we'll see. I think Dumas is a lock. Gaziev is a lock. Kutateladze is a lock. Yeah, it's a very late show for Moneyline. Finchman's got a late night tonight, so I am staying up late and making it happen for the people, even if it's at late hours. I saw people complaining, and I'm like, yo, we got to appreciate Finchman for being able to come through, and appreciate me for being willing to stay up super late and accommodate, man. Guys, we're now at 97 likes. We're 3 likes away from the 100. I need the 100 likes up in here. I need a nice 100. I think that's a beautiful number. You know what a lock Koreans, women and men's mix to win gold on archery 3-leg parlay? Good luck, Paulky. I know nothing about it. Lock doesn't mean it's guaranteed to hit, just guaranteed to be on my parlays. Fancy Frog, beautifully said. Are you going to stay live all the way up until the money line, or are you going to get off and start again? I'll probably get off after a little while. 100 likes and AJ will announce what he got me for National Girlfriend Day. All right, Jersey girl, I'll do it right now. You know what I got her? I got her a nice A necklace, you know? I fully claimed ownership. She's mine now. That's it. I own her. I own her ass out of love, not in, male chauvinist abusive way, since some of you guys in here are political fucking chauvins. AJ Cheeto is going to hit Figgy with power. He's never felt before, and that could make a huge difference. I think it could. I think Figgy could get dropped. Yes, it does. See, Jersey girl, you're a gem. Thank you. Love you. She's a G. The ownership, that's funny, right? You know what, guys? If we hit 110 likes, I'm willing to stay for another half hour. But we need to hit 110 likes in 40 seconds. So, clock is ticking. Hoping for our anniversary, I get branded. No, you're getting my name tattooed on your ass. The tramp stamp galore. The super tramp stamp. Thick hair aura at its fondest. Thank you, Hernadov. Let's go. At its finest. Fondest works too. Anyone else think Bilal is a more entertaining champ than Leon? He's got more personality and pushes the pace more. Facts. I agree. I agree. Figgy's going to grapple Cheeto easily. Damn, son. No respect for Cheeto's grappling. Thank you, gangsta. I appreciate you, Jersey girl. Hey, what's up, Jordan T? Listen, you guys hit the 110 like mark. Wow, look at that. Yes, I will be live from Moneyline at 12:30 a.m. Late night live. AJ, Forza Italia. I feel so bad for the female boxer. The Olympic Committee needs to fix its bullshit policies. I know. How can the World Championship not allow you, but then you're allowed to fucking fight? Like, come on, it's fucked. Fucked. But yes, Moneyline is on at 12:30 a.m. tonight. I am going to be live here for another half hour. I am going to set a high stakes like goal for the stream. I would like to see 130 likes by the end of the stream. I think that'd be pretty badass, especially that I'm back with the daily live streams. I think we should be able to hit 130 by the end of the show. Tuning out of the stream, baby. Gonna go get a sweet treat with Bailey. Hey, enjoy, yo. Enjoy. I appreciate you letting me know. Enjoy yourself. Get something nice. You deserve it. And enjoy your night. I'll talk to you in a little while, honey bun. Sugar Blossom. Bio Man KO's woman. That was an epic video earlier. Hey, Andrew G, thank you. I hope that you guys enjoyed my video earlier today. It was a base take. It was based, it was brash, and it was honest because somebody needed to stand up and put some damn respect on women's sports. And I guess it was my destiny. And I will link that video at the end of the stream for those that haven't seen it, that want to check it out. I didn't know Algeria was very French. I never knew that. Shara Gaziev Umar lock parlay. I think you probably hit Jordan T. Shara Dumas Umar. Bedoya too. That's a badass parlay. I like that too. Passed it on was the fucking truth. Thank you, Ryan Murphy. I thought that I would have some people that, you know, had some hardcore support for it. Fuck yeah. Did the trans boxer get dusted by a biological female last year? I don't think she's ever been knocked out before. They've never been knocked out before, I should say. You have Figgy in another parlay. All right, Jordan T. A lot of people love Figgy this week. I just think some of you are forgetting about Chito Vera's size advantage and Chito Vera's power. Chito Vera's a dangerous guy. I don't think you can easily write him off. I'm not writing off Chito Vera. Even if the masses are writing him off, I'm not writing him off. I'm staying with Chito Vera. I think he's got a chance here. I think he's got a chance to make us proud. Figgy doesn't have the most secure chin either. He could definitely get rocked. Chito's got more power. Garbrandt has more power. I think Garbrandt is washed now. Come on now. Different level. Chito Vera is more precise, and Chito Vera also has more dangerous kicks. A prime version of Cody Garbrandt is completely different. Nobody actually supports men and women's sports, do they? Ben McKay, actually, you'd be surprised. There's 9% of chat that backed it as well. So, doesn't take away from his power, though. Yeah, but his precision isn't the same. Whenever you doubt Cheeto is when he pulls it out the fire. Facts, Talmo. In Cheeto's press conference, he talked about how he shouldn't have waited with O'Malley. I expect him to be a lot more active. And he did hurt O'Malley at the very end of that fight. I'm not doing any Olympic Games DFS or anything like that. I have not thrown at the Olympics. 9% of chat is fat thumbs. Yeah, they probably accidentally clicked it. At least a few of them. I would assume 2% of chat actually said that they support it. But I'm glad 91% said no. 9% of chat, they should be ashamed of themselves. I agree. It's a shame to society. It's a shame. He said he would start better and never has. Well, listen, there's always the fight that he ends up starting good. I don't think we should be writing Cheeto off at all. I'm not writing Cheeto Vera off. Yeah, they are probably trolling Rick Grimes. I agree. I doubted Cheeto a bunch in the Sugar fight and he got his ass whooped. Okay, but Sugar's a different level. Sugar's a different beast. Sugar's a different animal. Sugar's built different. If Cheeto threw his hands more, he'd be a great prospect. His willingness to give up the first round for free is killing him, but I'll always bet on Cheeto, one of my favorite fighters. He is an absolute gangster. What the fuck are you even doing here if you can support it? Think your title attracts some undesirables? I guess so. I guess so. I don't know. That's how it goes down. Bro, Fig's legit. I like Cheeto, but he's trash. Not going to lie. I don't think Cheeto's trash. Cheeto's pretty good. You think Herbert outclasses Bedoya? I know you like his striking, but you don't think that the drop in weight gives Herbert the advantage? I think it actually gives Bedoya the advantage because we actually get to see Bedoya in prime form, in the best shape of his life, and really putting it all on the line. You know, we look at other fights from Bedoya, and I just feel like there's more to be desired there. He had a belly, right? He was not in great shape. He has a full six-pack, and he's training with Shoot the Box. I think Bedoya can surprise a lot of people. Bedoya doesn't look like a pillow anymore. Pull up Bedoya. Yeah, people haven't seen him. Okay. For those that haven't seen Bedoya, I'm actually going to do the right thing, and I'm going to pull Bedoya up. We're going to look at his Instagram, and you guys are going to see that it is not the same Bedoya that we used to know. This is a new and improved Rolando Bedoya. This is a Bedoya that is taking his MMA career incredibly serious. This is a Bedoya that is training alongside of elite Brazilians like Charles Oliveira. That is the current Rolando Bedoya. He has a full six-pack. He is shredded. I believe he's in the best shape of his life, and I think this is going to be a breakout performance for him against a mid-tier striker from England in Jai Herbert, who I think is flawed. So I am going with Bedoya as a good underdog. And you can see by the physique, the dude is taking this incredibly serious. He's not coming in to lose. He's not coming in to lose, guys. Might place a bet on Bedoya because he looks good at 55. He's a little tubby at 70. Facts. And he almost beat Chaos Williams in his debut. I think he's going to look good. You think Cheeto has all the tools to be champ, but his footwork and fight IQ let him down. Otherwise, he beats anyone at 135. Well, I think he could win here. I think he could win here. Nathan Lugo in boxing. Where's he fighting? Bet the house on Brenner. I think Brenner's a good dog too. What do you think of Vucenic? I don't think Vucenic is going to have the goods to take out Garam Kutiteladze. Vucenic's stand-up is okay, but not for Garam on short notice. Ceremonial weigh-ins are at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Very early card. So it's going to be early weigh-ins and then an early card at 12 p.m. Saturday. Bedoya also can't afford to lose. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. So if he loses on Saturday, he's in a bad spot. I kind of like back against the wall aspect for Bedoya. I agree too, Chrome. And he's a very young guy. So especially with the right training, he could have improved 25% since his last fight. Whereas Jai Herbert's ceiling has already been reached. I like Bedoya. What do you think about Canelo versus Berlanga? Canelo's going to kick his ass. Canelo's got an easy W there. Jai Herbert is 36. I read some conspiracy stuff that said this whole gender pronoun stuff was partially made up by the government so that we can argue about dumb stuff like that rather than talking about actual problems. It's a conspiracy. Who knows? Undefeated prospect, 2 fights for a pro, 200 amateur wins. Damn. Okay. Keep reminding me, TS Wiz. I will look them up. I prefer the noon cards. I hate the anticipation of having to wait all day for a good card. I actually like the 4 o'clock start time for cards. That's pretty awesome. That's my favorite. But I'll be fine with the cards starting at noon. I'll be up and ready to call the fights, man. It's going to be a pretty damn enjoyable day for me. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm an MMA fan, but started watching heavy like 3 years ago. How can you tell if a fighter's footwork is good? Like, what are you looking at to make the judgment? It's a mix of foot speed, foot placement, the way that they pivot, the way that they cut off the cage. There's a number of factors that, have, evidence of somebody having good footwork, right? Certain guys are clunky. Certain guys cross their feet, which is always a red flag. Certain guys are very heavy on their feet, which is a red flag. The card starts at 12 p.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're on the Pacific side, very early start. The Olympics are a disgrace, just more BS to dilute our minds and drain our energy. Johnny Rodriguez with a hot take. I am not consistently watching the Olympics, but I did stand against the atrocities. Prelims start at 9 a.m. for Seattle, LA time. Heated, bro. You better get up at 8:45. Throw it on as you're making your fucking eggs for breakfast, and at least you get to watch some fights. At least you get to enjoy yourself. You get to watch the action. You get to, you get to support. That's a conspiracy I agree with, because notice how much time the media spends reporting dumb stories like transgender people on problems like our privacy being common. I get it. I get it. You cannot sleep in on Saturday. No. Chiesa has a lot of first-round sub losses, very vulnerable. I think maybe your bet is Ferguson by submission. John William Mooney is the name you need to know if you want to understand where gender identity theory comes from. Con artist with desire to be great. John William Mooney. Never heard of him. I'll have to look it up. Colby has lost so much aura. He's trashing Bilal's performance despite having one of the worst championship performances in history. Yeah, Colby's just trying to talk his shit to stay relevant, but it's a complete embarrassment. Bilal beats Colby Covington, and you know what? I wouldn't be opposed to watching Colby get beat down by Bilal. That'd be kind of fun, actually. I'm open to it. I'm definitely open to it. I think Bilal dominates 50-45 there. 3 p.m. UK, bro. For the UK fans starting early, they love it. But I believe it's 6 p.m. UK time, no? Because it's 12 p.m. Eastern time. I guess 3 p.m. UK is the main card. Actually, no, that's wrong. No, it's 6 p.m. UK time, bro. Want to see Renat versus Colby? Renat's not that level yet. Renat's okay, but he's not elite. The card starts at 12 a.m. We're going to have a rough Sunday. Bro, the card starts at 12 p.m. Not 12 a.m. Now you make me nervous. What? UFC Abu Dhabi. I'll get the start time. Main card starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time. The prelims start at 12. Yeah, 12 p.m., not 12 a.m. So get up, get your coffee, eat some eggs, and let's go. You're 5 hours ahead? Oh, okay. I thought it was 6 hours ahead. Oops. If Tony wins, I'm going to be so lit. Fuck yeah. I'm going to go crazy if Tony wins. I'll scream. I'll scream and screech like a madman if Tony Ferguson goes out and gets a win. You want me to shadow box? I will shadow box at... I'll shadow box at the end of the stream if we hit the stream goal of 130 likes. Bilal said he wants to fight Shavkat in November or December. Boom, book it. That's the fight. I know the UFC wants to do it. AJ, I think Vinny Oliveira is a problem at 135. He's going to be a top dog there soon to come. Fuck yeah, he's going to do well. He's definitely going to do well. He's somebody to get excited about. Vinicius Oliveira, Said Nurmagomedov is a cool fight. I'm down for it. Said Nurmagomedov is definitely like the worst of the fighters with the Nurmagomedov last name. He's good, though. He's definitely good. Winnable fight for Vinicius. I'm down for it. Mike Chiesa looked worse in his last performance than all of Tony's losses combined. I'm going to argue that Tony versus Nate Diaz, he looked like a grandfather in the cage. A few different people asked me to shadow box, Eric. It's kind of variety. Different cards, different people asking. Wouldn't it be funny if Bilal got more title defenses than Usman and Edwards? That would be fucking hilarious. Bilal goes down as the welterweight GOAT after all this shit talk. You know, it wouldn't be impossible. I think Vinicius got pretty overrated last fight. Simone fell off a cliff last couple fights. I still think Vinicius is pretty good, but I don't believe that he's ready for the top 7, top 8. But I think he's pretty good. I mean, Batista had a decent, or excuse me, Simone had a decent fight with Batista. Favorite MMA nickname of all time? When I was a kid, mine was BJ, the Prodigy Pen, but now I fuck with Doug Rose. For me, it was the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine. Hi, I'm new here. How to get rich quick with MMA betting. Rich quick, you have to hit a lucky parlay that's huge degenerate plus money. That's the only way to get rich quick, and the likelihood is about the same as hitting the lottery. Abu Bakar, you're right. Abu Bakar is the worst. You're right. You're right. I did forget about him. Just rewatch Patty versus Tony, and Tony doesn't seem nearly as washed as I painted in my head. That makes me more confident. He has a chance versus Chiesa. He has a chance. Batista beat him pillar to post, in my opinion. Yeah, Batista won for sure. Vinicius Oliveira was in his second UFC fight, though, and beating Ricky Simone. I think that's rather impressive, don't you? Just 2 UFC fights in and already doing well against Ricky Simone. On vacation, but better believe I'm still tuning in. What up, AJ? Yo, David Roth, my guy. What's happening? I hope you're enjoying vacay, man. I'm enjoying being live. And I'll be live again later tonight with the money line going down in about 3 hours and 18 minutes. Me and the Finch man are going to chop it up. I've hit a plus 10K odds parlay on NCAA basketball, but never hit more than 3 numbers on the lottery. All right, so fuck it then. It's better than the lotto. Check out DraftKings Championship Future Parlays. I got a few pending for the end of the year that have a decent shot at cashing insane money. Who do you got, Sean? Sandhagen said he wants to fight at 145 at some point. How do you rate his chances against Topuria? Ilia Topuria beats his ass. Ilia Topuria beats his ass. It's on my channel, John Hoddle. The money line is going down at 12:30 a.m. here. I hope you're enjoying your day, J-Mac. It sounds enjoyable. My older brothers named me Snow White or the Great White Hope. When we wrestled or boxed, I had solid white hair. You were born with white hair? That's pretty crazy. I don't think Finch is going to be on T-Ferg. As much as he's a T-Ferg fan and as much as we all are T-Ferg fans, I do think we have to be logical. I don't think he has a great chance. Y'all remember when Patty versus Topuria got into a scuffle? That was funny as fuck. Hand sanitizer. AJ, have you ever got all your picks? You know, I've always been at least one off of a UFC clean sweep, but I have clean swept BKFC and the PFL. But the UFC is still got me, man. But I will eventually clean sweep. I believe I'm going to get a clean sweep. Yeah, he must be albino. Call him the albino gangster. The albino gangster. The damn one leg. Yeah, that's how it goes. Sandhagen can do everything O'Malley can do. He is just less marketable. He's dangerous. He's not as fast on his feet, and his boxing is not as good. Sandhagen's nice, but he's not O'Malley, though. Patty Moicano prediction. I think I'm going Patty. Topuria mocking Patty's accent is such an underrated press conference moment. The fact that I can't remember it, yeah, it is. I guess it got swept under the rug, man. I guess it got swept under the rug in silence because I don't even remember that. Hand sanitizer, boy. Hand sanitizer. Brenner live for a finish. He's live for a finish, but if you're going to bet that fight, I would say Moneyline is better. I think that's a better option, bro. I think John Jones will definitely fight Stipe and hopefully fight Aspinall, but I don't know. You almost clean swept Sterling O'Malley, but Pedro barely losing a Vera cucked me. Well, at least you only got one wrong. I hit 100 to 1 on Lakers Pacers game last season. I think that's plus 10,000 in US, $1 into 100, which I put 100 on it. You definitely should have, but wish you could have, should have, would have, you know? Hindsight 2020. Dern, if she's in shape, she has a chance, but I'm picking Lupi Godinez to pull through. Sandhagen has one of the highest IQs, but no power. I agree. He does lack knockout power. He's not a knockout puncher. He's got some sick finishes, but more so by using his legs or even elbows and ground and pound. Sandhagen's really good, but I ultimately don't see him becoming a champion. And I don't see him winning this weekend against Umar. You think it's a turnoff for chicks if you have a nice, expensive car, but the front is kind of damaged? I mean, probably, but you shouldn't get with a girl that's just with you for a nice car anyways, right? That's my thought process. Dude, it's getting fucking hot in here. It is. We're almost at the 2-hour mark of the stream. That's when I feel the heat. When I do the fucking fight companions, a lot of times I keep the fan on. But when I'm sitting here doing the Q&A, I don't know. I'm like, I don't really feel like having a fan running. But maybe I have to for the last 10 minutes. I don't want to sweat my ass off. There we go. I'll turn it on. Bright Boxer, yes. Hope Dern wins. She's hot. You're only rooting for her because she's good looking. Don't just root for her because she's good looking. So your parlay. All right, let me see what it is, Sean. Jones, Poatan, Adesanya, Islam, Ilya, O'Malley, Pantoja, Whaley, Grasso, and then Shavkat on top of it. $10 to win 100K. I hope it hits so you win your 100 grand. That would be sick. What's cracking, AJ? Like your picks, except for Sandhagen. He's in a whole new headspace since he got robbed against a steroid user from Cali. Umar has gotten rocked multiple times. All right, Liz and Craig Vermillion. I still think that Umar is going to pull through and get a decision. If your car is slightly damaged and the girl has judged you for that, time to let her go. Facts, John Dong. Just remember, scouts, they don't get knocked out. I think that's going to come back to haunt Patty one day. It hasn't yet. Sandhagen's fight IQ is just his autism. Also, I have it so if anyone gets offended, fuck off, Talmo. That's funny as fuck. Yeah, you should avoid the gold diggers. If he holds him down the whole fight, he will. Yeah, avoid people that are just with you from financials, you know? Guys, we're 4 likes away from 130. Let's hit that 130 likes. Let's hit that 130. 130 likes for the stream is the stream goal. We're closing in on the 2-hour mark. I think that'll be magnificent. It's got to happen. I believe that it is a near guarantee that we're going to pull through and hit it. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Damn. Bump, 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 bump. Umar gonna take Corey's back like Butter Boys. That'd be crazy if he subs him in the first. Every 10 likes another hour. Stop. I still got to do graphics for Moneyline. I got to get those Moneyline graphics done. I'll bring some high caliber graphics. Thanks, AJ, for all the information. You tell the truth. Love the video on the Olympic boxer. I can't believe it. Kevin Smith, thank you for showing me love, bro. And I'm glad you liked that video. It was a very base take. I think it was a take that a lot of people didn't want to do. A lot of people didn't want to say. But sometimes it has to be done. Sometimes the savagery has to come. Your hat's going to get KO'd by a biological man at UFC 305 when it takes on big red Dylan Chaikin. There he is, Dylan Chaikin. Good to see you. That's funny. I've seen enough give Patty Islam because he is a scouser. Don't get knocked out. If Patty is the guy to beat Islam Makhachev, bro, we're in the best of timelines ever. That would be fucking awesome. I would drop tears of joy if that happened. I would be so glad. That would be funny as fuck. That would be a 10 out of 10 day. That would make my fucking week, month, year probably. I hope that's the fucking case. Holy shit. Patty did look good, but yeah, definitely a poor Bobby moment. Bobby Green shouldn't have tried to wrestle. I don't know what his thought process was. Let me go to the ground here. Like, that just was an absolute abysmal failure of game planning. AJ just convinced my dad, who doesn't watch MMA, to bet 100 on Tony might cop a beating on Sunday. Yeah, if you lose, your dad's whooping your ass. But you know what? I think that the $100 on T-Ferg at the very least is going to be fun. Which fighters will play the best Terminator? I don't know. I was going to say Pavlovich, but now that he's lost, the mystique is gone. Alex Pereira would probably be number one. What are you switching your lock to, Bright Boxer? Why are you switching it? The shot for the takedown was insane. I don't get the logic behind it. I don't know why he did it. What the fuck went wrong with his brain? Like, what the fuck? If Patty becomes champ, which is extremely unlikely as beef with Topuria will lead to a super fight, that's a fact, Rick Grimes. That'd be huge. Your lock is Sandman? I don't know about that, Bright Boxer. Back when Ngannou versus Gane was live, told my brother that it was like a real-life Terminator fight. And then that fight absolutely sucked, though. And he's like, what are you talking about? Yes, 12:30 a.m. Eastern time, 11:30 p.m. Central time, Kevin Smith. So Central time, you got 11:30. Sorry it's so late. It was the only time that Finchman and I could set up, and we had to make it happen. We had to keep the great Moneyline show going, regardless of how late it was going to be. Finchman and I had to chop it up for this UFC card. It had to be done. It had to be done. John Wick rules. John Wick's a stud. John Wick's a savage. Hey, we're at 129 likes. We're one like away from the goal, and we're going to hit the 2-hour mark very soon. Raul Rosas' face or voice? I guess I'd rather have his face, because if I had his voice, this YouTube channel thing would not be flowing like it is. Mokaev would be the best Terminator. He's already saying I'll be back. Yeah, he's too short, though. I Kavinsky, thank you for calling me the GOAT. You're a gangster. Yes, I'm going to shadow box to close out the stream. We had to hit that 130 likes. Dun, 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 dun. If you guys haven't seen my latest video, it is a certified banger, I believe, a cult classic, where I discuss the travesty that took place at the Olympics, where a biological male with XY chromosomes and male levels of testosterone competed in women's Olympic boxing and got a first-round knockout. This video is not just dedicated to talking about that fight, but instead I went in depth about why that is a horrible thing for women's sports in general. And I also have a petition linked in the description of that video to sign, so you guys can, show your support, and we can keep women's sports fair, righteous, true, and on point, because biological men and women's sports has no place. No place. Wow, I got a copyright strike on the video. That's fucked. Wow. They blocked my fucking video. Well, I'm going to have to fucking check out how I can fix that, because they're trying to shut your boy out. They're trying to silence me. But it's okay. I won't be silenced. I will not be silenced. I will probably, I guess, have to cut the clip now, since they don't let me fucking do it. And I'll deal with that after the stream. But go vote on that fucking petition. I'm annoyed now. What the fuck? That video was popping off. All right, guys, I'm going to shadow box real quick to close out. And then I got to fucking try and chop that video up so we can keep it uploaded. Jesus. Fucking YouTube. Woo. Thank you, guys. I got to go deal with that video. Talk to you guys on Moneyline. See you at 12:30 a.m.